Welcome to Cool Discussions. Today, it's going to be about the slowness in which our government works.
Oh, man, do they ever work slow?
Oh, wow.
Do they ever work slow?
This is a local issue, and I'm pretty sure this goes around in anywhere, in any
Sure
city.
it does, yeah. We're located in Calgary, just so everybody knows. So everybody knows the location, Calgary, Alberta.
We're not in Edmonton, despite the...
Despite the hat, we're not in Edmonton, we're in Calgary. In enemy territory.
Yes. So, the city of Calgary, or the owners of the Calgary Flames, want to make a new arena because Edmonton made a brand new, shiny arena.
Shiny arena.
Very nice and very new and everything like that. So Calgary
cost $600 million, $650 million.
That's it?
Yeah.
Really?
Quite a chunk of change, but not too bad.
It's not that bad compared to the Calgary one. Calgary Next.
Well, Calgary Next is at $1 billion.
At $1.8 billion.
Well, they're making to be fair, they want to make a all-in-one football, hockey stadium type thing.
And I get that. So I totally understand why it's a little bit more money, which is fine. It's not a huge deal. It's just what's been going on is, here's a little bit of background. So about a year and a half ago, they announced that this is what the Flames want to do. They want to not get rid of the Saddle Dome, but move on to the Saddle Dome because it's old. The oldest building in the NHL right now.
Probably right now, yeah.
And they want to build a new arena, a hockey arena attached to a football stadium, so they have them both together, and they want to put it in a certain area of the city, which is like a prime real estate pretty much right now. And then they want to build it, and they've been talking to the city about doing it. About 3 weeks ago, the city mayor said, "Oh, Calgary Next is dead." And then on Twitter, the city project manager, so I'm assuming the guy who's actually in charge of stuff like that, said, "No, it's not."
Even the Ken King, the president of the Flames, and the guy who speaks for the owners, was like, "This is news to me."
Yeah, it complete and total blindside on everybody who's involved in it.
Yeah,
saying it's not dead. We're still talking about it, and now they're throwing out another plan, and it's just like. A year and a half ago, this was talked about, and they still haven't done anything. And this is starting to piss me off. I know there's always this big question of whether or not there should be public funds involved in new arenas or new venues and stuff like that. And we'll discuss that. But it's just get the fucking thing.
Get it done. Stop progressing. Yeah,
a year and a half, they could have been breaking ground 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think it took a long time in Edmonton, too.
Or at least they could have said, no, it's not going to be here, 6 months ago, so they could have been plan B, right?
I think it's just the back and forth, because it happened in Edmonton. I know in Edmonton, the owner of the Oilers went down to Seattle and kind of, did a little bit of posturing, implying that the Oilers were going to leave, and it's and the Flames have done that too, saying if we don't get a new arena, there'll be no other choice but to relocate our team because we can't continue playing in the Saddle Dome.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about it because there's been a lot of polls, a lot of discussion about whether public funds should be used for. Now, in my eyes, I think that it should be because it does bring, I think this arena talk is more front and center now because when you look at Edmonton and you compare Calgary, Edmonton always compare each other. Edmonton just had a major performer, Garth Brooks. He put on 1 week's worth of shows. He put on 9 shows in Edmonton at Rogers Place. And he didn't go anywhere else in Canada. He went to Edmonton.
Oh, what? Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that it was just Edmonton.
I believe it was. Maybe it was somewhere else.
Understandably so, Garth Brooks is going to go where he's most wanted. And Alberta is going to be one of those places that he is, greatly appreciated.
But most acts, when you look at the big world tours for a Beyonce or a Jay-Z, it's Vancouver, Toronto. A lot of the bigger acts, Vancouver, Toronto, or Toronto only. So for them,
that is a major problem. That is a major problem in Canada. Is literally places they skip everywhere except for Vancouver or Toronto.
And when you look at it, there was an estimated that alone brought in $42 million in revenue to the local economy in Edmonton.
Yeah, because
So-
I guarantee you those 9 shows were not sold out by just Edmonton.
No, and you look at this.
I bet you people from Red Deer, from Calgary,
Just-
Fort McMurray,
Probably Vancouver, probably Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, all over probably came for this guy.
Yeah.
And just recently was announced. Going to Edmonton in September of this year, UFC 216. Now, they said, the Oilers Entertainment Group said this will be a major pay-per-view. It will have a huge title on the line.
Good.
They've been in negotiations with the UFC for over a year to get this fight here. Now, Calgary, a long time ago, had the UFC come to Calgary, but the card fell apart. The card was
I remember that. It was
twice.
one of the most horrendous.
And Dana White said, "We owe you, Calgary." He said, "We owe you. We're going to bring the UFC back here with a big card." And what happens?
Nothing.
They go to Edmonton instead. And I guarantee you that's because they have this new shiny arena.
Yeah.
So now...
Okay. Okay. Now, I know that the Edmonton Oilers have an incredible fan base and they love dealing with people. Right now, with the playoff run that the Edmonton Oilers are in, they are selling at $5 a ticket and selling out a 22,000 seat arena.
They sold out in 30 minutes.
People could watch the game on the Jumbotron at the Rogers Stadium.
Not even to watch hockey live, to watch it on the screen there.
Yeah, to watch it on the big screen TV. Now, mind you, it's a really big screen.
Yeah,
I kind of. But
that's crazy.
To go to an arena and pay heroin beer prices.
$11 a beer.
Yeah, and they're only like this big. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's not a lot.
You know, I hear all the time, oh, public funds shouldn't be used for arenas and stuff like that. They did a little thing on the news, and they showed 3 people from the street, you know how they go on the street, and all 3 people were like, oh, it shouldn't be used, and I went, really?
I personally don't have a problem with funds being used as long as we, as the taxpayer, is a part of the group. It's like if you want us to buy into what you're selling, we now become...
How would that be possible? What are they going to give back to us?
No. Well, at that point in time, you simply go... any money that they make, any percentage of money they make, goes into a fund, and this fund will be used to help upkeep
rainy day fund or
help
for maintenance?
upkeep their aspect of maintenance, as well as to fund future projects in the city. That's all it comes down to. Because obviously, the taxpayer doesn't need to see money. It just needs to make sure that we're getting something out of it.
I just look at two. I think the taxpayers do indirect. I don't think they need to get it directly that way necessarily. But I look at it this way: 2 events that you can look at in Edmonton from a new arena alone, the Garth Brooks and the UFC.
Yep.
They're going to attract people. The UFC is going to attract people, hopefully. There's rumors that it could be GSP's return fight.
Even
I
know who he is.
The UFC said they want to do his fight in Vegas, but who knows?
Yeah,
Imagine if that happens in Edmonton.
Oh,
people from around the world. There's going to be people around the world coming to Alberta, Edmonton specifically, for this event alone.
Yeah, and
do you want that in Calgary? I do. I live in Calgary.
I want these things in Calgary because I know too many times there have been people that come to do concert tours and they skip Calgary. And as Edmonton being only 3 hours away doesn't sound like a lot.
It's not hard for somebody from Calgary to travel, but it is kind of when you think about, like, if we went to the UFC, right? It would be, okay, get tickets, drive up there, get a hotel, and eat and all that. Whereas if it was in Calgary, I could take the C train from my house, which I'm 5 minutes away from a C train station.
Yeah.
To the event, go home. There you go, done.
Yeah.
I'm not out any money. I'm not nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just think that it needs to be
a priority.
Yeah, it does. It definitely needs to be a priority. It needs to get settled.
This waits too long. Everything waits too long. Bureaucracy takes too long. This is happening with the new LRT line that's supposed to be happening. They keep dogging it again and again.
They talk about it for what, like half an hour? I don't even know how their council meetings work, but it's like, why don't you just make a decision? Just figure it out. Sit down in a room. Go. You know what I think it is? I think Nenshi, our mayor, has a stick up his ass, and he's too much of an egomaniac to get it done.
I'm almost in agreement there. I think that he has a problem with being the center of attention, and he has nothing to do with this arena, but he wants to make sure that he is something to do with this arena. This is just hearsay and from what I've managed to glean from reading and things like that. So it's personalities, obviously, because you always have alpha males doing these types of things. And, we want to see it. We want it to happen. The Saddle Dome has been great to Calgary.
Oh, it definitely has been. Like, it's fine.
The 20 years that it's been around. But it's one of those things of nobody comes here, and we want to see these people here. We want to be...
I don't think Beyonce came to Calgary.
Nope.
Oh, because she played outdoor stadium in Commonwealth. But she could have came to McMahon. I don't know. But...
No, but she can't. McMahon Stadium.
Yeah, because it's by residential.
It's by residentials, and people complain.
Yeah.
So no loud music past 11, and it's just like, really, you're going to complain about a concert.
So I think we need to just realize that when you're building arenas, they're not just for the sports team. Yes, the sports team is the major tenet of this arena.
Yeah.
But it's for many, many other things. Imagine a new arena and the Stampede. Great Big X come now. Imagine more. Imagine what more could be done. Imagine if you cleared out that area there where the Saddle Dome is and expanded the Stampede into that.
That is actually where they're thinking about doing okay, so Calgary Next is on life support, basically. So what the plan B is they're going to be taking over part of the Victoria area of Calgary, as well as some of the
Stampede, and
turn it into
the C train line or something.
Hopefully, because
that would be does that now too.
That would actually be a good idea. And it's just going to be hockey, so there's not going to be football attached to it, and they're going to figure out something to do with football later. Now, make it so.
Just make it happen.
Get it done.
Just make it happen. There's many benefits. There's many benefits. Yes. Oh, you know what? People. Okay. Yes. Oh, the businesses around it are going to benefit more, but those people who work at those establishments, right? Those, say, restaurants and businesses down there, say those people live throughout the whole city. They're going to be earning more money. They're going to be taking home more money, and they're going to spread that money out. It kind of goes like this. You know what I mean? The money will spread out from a project like this, and I think it just needs to be done. I think it just needs to be, and even when I pay attention when Edmonton was doing theirs too, and it's the same process. It's the same. I gotta measure my penis because that's what men do. I don't know why, and it's just like, you know what, just get it done. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Get it done. Sit down in a room. Done.
Yeah, it should have been done a while ago, and I'm not. I could easily argue against an arena, but I'm not going to. I want to see an arena happen.
I go to the Saddle Dome once every 2 years, almost pretty much.
During Stampede, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't I don't go to hockey games because I don't like paying the stupid prices. I'm going to Nickelback in September.
No, yeah, but that's the thing. Nickelback will come to Calgary, but you're not getting these big acts, and this is what we want. This is what I want. I wouldn't mind forking over a little bit of money so I can go see one of my DJs come in, because who knows, they could decide
exactly
new arena and go, this is where we want to pop our cherry in Western Canada. So
tell us your opinions below, comments about what you think about public funds being used for arenas in your area. Have you been through this in your area?
Because we know a lot of people have, like LA or Las Vegas has a new arena. I know because of the Olympics in England, they had a huge revamping of a huge section of London, I believe, and a whole bunch of new stuff there. So, was it beneficial? Is it still being used? We know that here in Calgary, when the Olympics and they revamped everything, it was
they took a great use out of all of it.
Yeah, and still use it to this day, and it's still world-class caliber. Yeah. So, make it so. Yeah. Get it done.
And while you're here, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. You can hit the little bell there, too, and you get notifications that pop up and go, Cool Discussions, just upload a new video.
Yeah. Because we do it 4 times a week.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Have
See
yourselves
ya.
a wonderful day. Coming to get us.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the fire.